Hey y'all, and one more thing for the day. I was talking to I don't know the person's name last night on relationships. What's a healthy relationship is when when your partner learned through their evolution of evolving that they don't want to take you down. I know people are trying to make you think it's what y'all go through together, like the tough times together in a relationship. That's true, but it it should naturally be the values of the relationship. When someone comes into your world or you go into theirs and you make a form of commitment, and let's just say the person just all of a sudden just go down, it's good to work with them. But at no time in a relationship should you ever have to drag yourself tooth and nail to fight for someone's love at all. That's why I said Capricorns are one sign, one of the first signs to understand that before I completely give up, I have to give it my all. But once it feels like you're dragging to where that you're bleeding, withdraw. Because sometimes we could want to play like we want to really help so bad, so much that it drains you. And that's why I'm looking like shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Making decisions on what a family should be and stuff. It can be draining Capricorns. It can be draining any signs that come in here and hear this message. If you ever click on it, not because you're interested, trust me, energies know when to lure you to certain things. And it's no coincidence. And if somebody really love you, they won't do the things they do. They won't want to hurt you. When shit happens, they should let you know, look, I'm no longer happy in this relationship. They're no longer happy. If they're no longer happy, that's good. That gives you an opportunity to either work on it, or the person, one or two things. Either the person's ego is so flary that they don't want to work towards it, or they would work for it. Like, don't let nobody drag you down. It's not about the tough times or what they drag you through that makes a relationship. It's the y'all against the world that comes in. You can help what you can do, unless it's just physical or spiritually that you're broken down. So the options of, I talk too technical. It's a air moon, go figure. If somebody that I found out later on was using drugs, and it's not about how nice people are to you. Like I said, don't be fooled. People will be nice so they can wing you in to make you feel like, all right, this is your obligation to help someone. If that's the case, where are these same people when the work needs to be done? You only can do but so much. We're not super people. We can be after we perfect. Once you perfect or master something that you always want to do, then yes, you find an easier way to get there and blah, blah, blah. But when you're in a relationship and you find that your partner is out there cheating, you mean to say you're supposed to be that pit bull and fight and still know to prove your love with your partner? If it's yours, they will communicate better with you rather than go outside behind your back and do what you do. Like I said, evolution is everything. If you're not evolved enough, you're going to attract people like where you are. You might believe that you are doing X, Y, and Z, but it's some other part inside you that hasn't been filled yet for it to make you feel like I gotta try harder. I gotta try harder and prove it. But after a while, once you start to lose your integrity, the word is integrity. It's inside you. Once you realize you're exhausted from that, pack your shit and leave. Feel free to leave. Do not stay at the detriment of it, because that means that they already have you. And that can be a devilish thing. And they'll purposely hurt you and bring you down. And you'll be around. And yeah, you'll feel like, because like I said, sometimes we'll feel like we're doing a good gesture. But that don't mean that. You could just be a noble fool. You get what I'm saying? So let's step outside ourselves and realize that the real relationships of a healthy relationship is what y'all go on with against the world. Y'all both, like, baby, y'all both backs are turned to each other, and y'all both out there with the magnum, you know what I'm saying, or the rifle, and y'all handling business like on some Walking Dead shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all out against the world dealing with these people. Somebody pull you in and do all that. Please don't do that fighting for yourself. That means you have not learned to love yourself yet. So a person, you need to validate you. And I know a lot of y'all really and truly don't You got so much more about yourselves. Let me tell you how it happened to me. I never knew, when I was learning a new language. I was learning a new language. I was learning Swahili. And one day, like for one action with the universe and it's in your birth chart, it unlocks another. I learned a new language and still learning another language, even their pidgin. And it unlocked another part of my chart where I never knew that I was wanting to, like, it unlocked a place of medicine for me. It's like when you learn this, this comes with that. When you take on this, this comes with that. So remember, you want street, you find drugs and other outlets. When you find sexual activity, you'll find the sadist parts of sexual activity. You know what I'm saying? When you find certain things, the universe is going to give you the raw, real deal to show you that, hey, you don't got to go there. So if you convince yourself that that's what you need, you're going to have the biggest problem, because either you're going to blame others for why you're in this choice or your environment, or you'll hurt yourself, most importantly. And you are so freaking valuable. Don't let nobody come in your life and tell you some shit. Don't let nobody beat your ass and then tell you, yo, boo, I'm sorry, I ain't know what came over me. Ugh. You'll get a negative Capricorn like that. They'll do that when you're trying to love on them. But if that really happened, I need to know where what placement in your chart is that draws negativity like that. Because like I said, is avoid sucking that energy, and it's willing and weaning that in. You know, when you get stuff like that in, like, you know, when you get those types of things, look at yourself and be like, why am I attracted to this? It's not that because you're a healer and you got to take an ass whooping before, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't get, I'm in the circumstance. You're not in the circumstance. You're in your way. I'm saying that. You don't have to be in a relationship that makes you feel like you're caged. Because if that's the case, keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. I want y'all to realize your self-value. And I've been called a Faye. And my mom, like I said, your childhood names, I'm going to do a astrology vid based on your names. And that comes with numerology. And your names are no mistake. If it changed, that means that the transformation was meant for your name to change. Believe it. Don't believe the hype, okay? My name to my mom was Faye. Oh, Faye, Mummy Faye. I've always been a damn fairy mentally. And that's where, when I'm talking about Fays, you can astro project. You won't convince yourself you astro project. There are other energies that's around. That's why I tell people, be careful of when they speaking in tongues. They can send spirits out to others. That's why I don't take anybody think I could block it. Like, I learned to create a force field. Some days they catch me on my off days when I'm feeling a little stink. You know what I'm saying? When I'm on my womanhood. You know what I'm saying? On my own womanhood shit. You know, like all emotional. And deities are real. And if you're not there, some people are impulsive. Like when they are always ruminate on negative energy, they channel that energy and they walk with that and don't even realize that it jumps on other people and jump back at them. It's not to spook you. It's not to spook you. It's to make you understand that there is no right way of doing this. They'll tell you it's a hormonal imbalancement. There's a lot of schizophrenic people that can see spirits and could talk and reach and tap back into the energies of your dead ancestors and give you the information they sent. Don't believe that, how they try to medicate a lot of us. We all have gifts in the locked part of your brain. And that's the part that sleeps, that nobody asks, well, how do we really feel? Because that part is the part that wants to be evil. That part that wants to be nurtured at the same time. Understand the left part of the brain. It's scary. To finally hear yourself can create a panic attack. To finally understand how mean and wicked you could be on the inside because of what you was passed down to you, and the energy of how to channel it if you were mistreated growing up. It sits in there and it comes in your dreams and haunts you. And it may even give you teachings of things. It tells a history. I have plenty of times visited my parents, and I'm going to give y'all a story. When my father was in the hospital and I was out there in the Bronx being there for him, because prior to this, it was my sister, because she was closer to my sister, because she was closer to my father in the Bronx. So when I happened to come and do it, right, my father is literally, I brung him home, and the energies, can't make this up, energies worked for me. I was asleep. It had to have been like a good 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I had a dream that my father, I was on this boat, and this stormy water was coming through and waving. The water was waving on the boat, and my daughter was with me. And my father was like, help me, baby girl. Come reach out for me. Come get me. And I'm coming to reach to him. And I'm like, come on, you got to. My hand is literally right there for him to grab. But the water was coming down so far hard on him. He really believed, I guess his spirit believed, that he can't fight it alone. And that's okay. So now I'm about to reach out to him to grab him. I get a phone call, because I'm still, now I know that I'm dreaming, because I hear the phone ring, and I said, come on, first, Abu, reach out and grab me, because so I could grab you. My sister called me. Pisces sun, Cap Aquarius. Cuspers always know cuspers. Always remember this too. Cuspers always are in the line of other cuspers. So my sister is a cusp, Pisces, Aquarius Pisces. And she's Capricorn moon, since now I learned her birth time. Find out she's a Cap moon. She called me and said, did you, I had a dream that you was at my door. You was soaking wet, you and your daughter. And I told you to, she said, I told you to go clean yourself off and stuff. And I thought you was there. And she woke back up to go to the bathroom. She really assumed that I really was in her house. She said it's something about rain, that I needed an umbrella from the storm. And my sister felt my energy. I want you to know that this, and she woke me up dreaming this, because I literally was dreaming that I'm trying to get my father out of his funk through the waterfall in a dream. And he was, at the time, he was sick and dying, and I just wanted to be there with him, because he wanted to fight it the way he wanted to fight it. So when I tell you that energies transfer, to know that you're very psychic. Y'all are very psychic, especially the sea goat, especially Pisces, especially Pisces, where there's Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Libras can be psychic if they have the we all have intuition, but because it's different intuitions, it'll come in the form of air. But where there's water, there's plenty of sensitivity. Okay, plenty, and I mean in high degrees is plenty, without it being distorted. She said, I thought you was in my house. Where did you go? Like, she really caught me, and I know that's no making me, because I just had that dream, and I was like, all right, I hear the phone, but Abu, reach out and grab me. And it was my sister, because something was going to happen to me if I would have actually touched him. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. That's why I was trying to wrap my leg around that pole and reach out to get him, because it felt like I was slipping, and that phone call woke me up. Sometimes you got to be careful of energies as such. That's with also dreams of astral projection. Whatever plane he was on, whatever astral plane, he was already afraid of dying, but he didn't want to leave alone. And I don't mean to take me with him, but I mean that he wanted someone there. Okay, that's Virgos. They'll make a decision, but they don't, at the same time, they want to be independent, but don't want to be left alone. So y'all will learn that later on about that energy. Please, y'all been good. God, Creator, Universe, bless you. Thanks for coming in. Share my videos. Share it to Twitter and Instagram. I don't know how to work those things to use them like that. That's why I go on them each individually and share them amongst things, because I'm still in the way of learning it. And I said, thank you. Astrology is not my only makeup, because like I said, there's certain energies that'll see you doing this, and they'll try and make it say, oh, you pinning this on me because of astrology. That's not even true, because for all the years I've been doing it, I never brought it to people's attention. The last 5 years is when I just started showing it to the world. You know what I'm saying? Because that's Capricorn. It's like, you're going to be judged. Stop being in your own way. Finally show them, whether good or bad, don't care. I don't care. I know what I do and why I do what I do. All right? Because that is already premeditated with a lot of individuals who will try to make you think certain things you do is bad. But yet they'll be their own hypocrite and monster. All right? Love y'all. Be well.